Hello, my name is Mercury, and welcome to this brand episode of Media Faye. Today I am alone, and today I'll be discussing the third volume of RWBY. Finally, right? Yeah. It's been quite a while since I've done a RWBY review, RWBY episode on the podcast, ever since March, so 7 months since the last one, but I hope that the wait for the next one, which will be volume 4, is not that long. And also, talking about waiting a long time, it's been over 2 weeks, almost a little bit over 2 weeks since our last episode, which was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Yeah. So there's that. It's been a while. Sorry about that. There's a lot of episodes coming out in the next few days. Hopefully some big ones. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing much to say other than let's get right into it. So, RWBY Volume 3. We're back on RWBY. Our first RWBY episode on YouTube. So what do I think? Well, this is up to now the best volume. It really is. But I don't know. It still has its flaws. There's stuff with the positives first. I like the fact that the story is a thing now. One of the main criticisms of the first 2 volumes is that the plot wasn't there. There was nothing. There was something. There was a plot, but it wasn't really a focus. There was much more focus on the characters instead, which that can work, but I don't know. Just don't try to make a expanded upon universe out of it. You know, like you can't make a full a full series out of that whole premise, especially when you're trying to make something like an overarching plot as you do it. And it's something that really doesn't I'm going to negatives already, but I'm trying to get into it. It's something that was missing from Volume 1. And volume 1 was kind of like the test drive. Volume 2 got a little bit more into the plot, but Volume 2 kind of goes nowhere. It doesn't really happen in Volume 2, and like Volume 3 that really has any consequence from Volume 2. Everything that could have happened in Volume 3 could have happened without Volume 2 happening, I feel. Minus like the character introductions, but aside from that, not much could have happened without, like, if Volume 2 didn't. Not much would have happened if Volume 2 didn't exist. That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, but going to the actual process, the plot here, finally we're getting into what the series is about, which is what they've been saying, they've been planning since the beginning, I guess, like what the plot was about. I'm not sure it was the best idea to start the show not knowing what the plot was going to be, but sure, you can completely do that. But yeah, I mean, the plot is here, and it's serviceable, I guess. We're in the tournament arc of this sort of the first 3 seasons being tropes, I guess. And tournament arcs, I'm not the biggest fan of. It's all about just fights, which, I mean, yeah, but nothing really. The plot is secondary in most tournaments. And something I gotta say is that goddamn, I say start plot. I don't even care anymore. That the first half doesn't really follow a plot. We get, like, it just kind of goes along with the flow of the tournament, which fine, I guess. There's some things going on in there, but there's not really anything tying it together until episode 6, which is when I think the volume actually gets good. Minus the whole thing that happens in episode 7, but we'll get into that. I'll get into that. So, I mean, yeah, the plot is here, and finally we're getting to somewhere interesting, I feel, with the maidens and the relics. Not the relics. The relics have not been introduced. So we still don't know why they're attacking the... So at this point, I know why they're attacking, but by just watching this, we don't know what's going on. Which can absolutely work. Maybe not 3 seasons into the show, but definitely can work in a show where maybe something bad happens at the early part, and we don't have all the pieces, we don't have everything tied together, so they're gonna have to go along and and find out why this is happening, and that's cool, and something that I feel like could have been cool, but since I know what happens, it's kind of I think knowing what happens definitely ruined this for me, but just going along with it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Jeez. But yeah, so the fights. Let's move on to the fights. I will go into the plot later, saying that the plot is here. That's all I want to say. The plot is a thing that's happening, and there are dire consequences that are really okay. Yeah, now it's getting good. But do we have really 3 seasons for that? I don't think so. The fights were kind of most of the entire thing is about. Really, that's what RWBY is about. And this one, especially the tournament arc, now they're doing that. It's mostly all fights. And I gotta say, I do like some of the creativity with the fighters. Especially what Team Funky is. Well, yeah, I know it's not Team Funky, but Team Funky. Neon Cat and Flint Cole, I believe his name is. I like the whole style. I think it's unique. I don't know if I like it, but I know that it's unique. I think I like it because it's unique. It's unique to them. And they're not just guns or just guns or a sword. Neon Cat has nunchucks, and we see nunchucks with Sun. Yeah. And then Flint has a trumpet. Pretty cool, using a musical instrument as a weapon. Yeah, the fights are cool. I really like Crow's and Winter's fight, Crow Winter's fight. I feel like that was pretty cool. I did enjoy that one. And one of the fights I actually really enjoyed, and that's because of how the character was presented, is Velvet's fight with the Paladin. That one I feel is the best introduction, the best first fight up to now. Aside from because this one's okay, so they got in the hang of the animation and everything, so it looks really cool, and so when we see it, it's okay, so they're showing off Velvet's semblance here with her, I think it's a photographic memory, I think it's called, or something, and she's Taskmaster, pretty much. She's Taskmaster. I don't know who win in a fight, but I probably I'm gonna put some bets on Taskmaster. She has Taskmaster's ability, which is she can, I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. Where she memorizes She can memorize. Yeah, we do a photographic memory. She can memorize anyone's like fighting style. Yeah, you can mimic the best moves of style. And this goes along with a weapon, which, you know, it's cool. And yeah, just it's a really cool. It's a really cool fight. I think it's one of the best introduction fights because it really does show the character and how the character operates. I mean, and this volume kind of puts a pretty cool emphasis. Not like a pretty cool emphasis, but this character gets more screen time this time around, and we see like her weapon, which we didn't know was a weapon, and like people wouldn't know it's a weapon until now, and we got shown off, and it's pretty cool. It fits with our character, so I think it's one of the best introduction fights. The best introduction to character fights, you know, or character introduction fights. And yeah, just that. I think the fights are really well done now. They've gotten the hang of it, but we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch engines in Volume 4 for the rest of eternity, since Maya is coming up instead of Poozer. So yeah, there's that. Excuse any noise in the background. It's just the neighbors. So yeah, is that really all the positives? I mean, the animation, like for what it is, the animation is good. That's all I can really say. Sad to see. This is the first volume out of the rest of the series that Monty wasn't here because Monty passed away earlier in the year before this volume came out. A little bit after Volume 2 came out. So this is the first one after that. But yeah, I mean, it still kept up with the quality of the fights from the other 2 volumes. And yeah. But what else really can I say? I don't know, just it's not really all the positives I can think of. That's mostly all the positives. Oh, the music. Yeah, the music's pretty good. I don't think I have any Volume 3 songs like on repeat. I don't play them on repeat. I don't. These are, I don't know. Just I don't really remember all these songs all that much. I don't know if I just said this. I don't really care, but no. Just the songs are good, but I don't really listen to them. I listen to the intro song quite a bit, but subsequent to that, not really. They're not even on my Spotify playlist. That's about it, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's get on to the negatives, I feel. Well, not really. I don't know if I'm the negatives. This is the rest of the goddamn thing. Let's just get into the rest. Okay. Just the rest. Like I said earlier, the first half isn't really anything interesting. It's just the tournament arc, and I'm not really the biggest fan of tournament arcs, but again, fine. That's fine. I don't care all that much. So, something I gotta say, is that everything, just nothing much here happens, which is my biggest gripe. Nothing in the first 6 episodes happens, aside from them showing that the whole thing is rigged. Nothing occurs, except for showing us the maiden and all that, I think. But that doesn't, whatever, right? That's the least you could do in the first half of the thing, showing us things that happen in the second half. And the second half, and let's talk about the second half first. Okay. So, this is I don't know. This is the first time, I think, that they've had a big break, because this is the because episode 6 came out December 2015, and episode 7 came out January 2016. So almost a month. And what they come back to is a scene. So in episode 6, there at the end, Mercury, not me, of course, not me. Mercury Black is in a fight with Yang, and then Emerald makes Yang see Mercury attacking Yang, and then Yang attacks Mercury, well, the illusion, but nothing is really happening. And in real life, like in not the hallucinatory thing, Yang just attacked Mercury unprovoked. Also, just saying, Mercury's voice is now replaced with Yuri Lowenthal, the voice actor, and just wow, not really like a bad performance, but I couldn't really tell it was Yuri, and I don't think he was trying. I don't blame him. Look at this jock, fucking Smoke from Mortal Kombat 1 looking ass. Funny, they're both those characters, Smoke from Mortal Kombat 1 and Mercury Black. They have like the same colors and the same colored hair, and they're both voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, and I think that's really funny. Like, he was cast to voice two people that have the same, I don't know, colors. And RWBY colors are a pretty big thing, which is really weird, and this one's just gray. I don't know. So anyways, what's going on? Chapter 7, episode 7. My biggest gripe is that, okay, so that happens at the end. It's a very big moment, right? It's a very big moment. And just, it ends. Okay, cliffhanger, fine. Hiatus, fine. We come back, it's a flashback episode. It's fully a flashback episode. Like, why? Okay, there are ways to do flashbacks in things. Sometimes we don't need to see things. I think this is one of them. I don't know if it comes back later in the show, but I don't think I needed to see how Cinder met Mercury, Emerald, and Adam over what happens in the next episode, in episode 8. I don't think I needed that. Because when watching this, it made me feel like, okay, so everything's just come at a dead stop. It went from okay, we're picking up speed now, to just, okay, they pump the brakes. That's what it felt like. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Like, now we're going into this, but this is the most pivotal part of the volume, and you want to know what happens next, but now we gotta sit through the flashback things, which is completely pointless, doesn't really add anything to the rest of the volume. Why was this here? Just, if you want to have the flashback scene, that's fine. Just split it among the volume. Don't have this, like, as the episode you come back to. You know? Like, what was important about this one is seeing what happens to the maiden. And that could have happened anywhere else. We didn't need to see Mercury meeting, like, how they meet. I don't think so. I don't know if that comes up later. I know that Emerald becomes a good guy. I don't know if that's part of it. Because there's ways you could definitely put this in there, but I don't know, it felt out of place. I kind of put the whole thing at dead stop, and I don't know, I didn't like it. I didn't like it all that much. It felt weird to me. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. I don't know what the consensus with the flashback episodes are after a pivotal moment like we saw at the end of episode 6, but that's just me at this point. This is what I think, and it's honestly, I don't know. It's bad. It's really bad. I felt like this, and then the worst thing, you had to wait. You had to wait until a month, almost a month later. You had to wait 20 days. Right? No, not 20 days. Yeah, 20 days. 20 days. 21 days around there to find out what happens after this point. And it, like, you wait on a cliffhanger every month, and then you get this flashback episode. I'm like, and you're like, I would be like, what the hell? Like, oh wait, now wait another week, almost a month, to find out what actually happens next. I would have liked the whole, like, oh, how they found the maiden thing. Maybe if it happened when they showed the maiden at the first time. I don't know. Just, it's really, really handled. That's stuff. Let's talk about that. I don't know. No, we're on the villains. Let's talk about the villains. Cinder still sucks. I don't like Cinder. Mainly the voice. Cinder's voice is infuriating. It is not even like mildly infuriating. It sucks. The voice actor does not know how to voice act. She's not. I could make a better Cinder voice. I could make some. No, I'm not gonna put myself on that pedestal. But I can make the voice. Fucking Megan Fox from Mortal Kombat 1 sounding as. That's just kind of what it sounds like. Not like Megan Fox didn't try to act, and this one's just showing that she doesn't know how to act. What's a line? What's a line from Cinder? Let's see here. Cinder Fall. I'm gonna try, but I can't really I'm not gonna promise much. Why does her outfit all suck? Why does everything about this character suck? I'm gonna hope she dies. Where is her? Is it a quote anywhere? Like, you are nothing. There we go. You are nothing. I don't know. She sounds like a bitch. That's all I can say. She sounds like a bitch. Does she look like a bitch? Not like it. I don't know, just she sucks. And another one that sucks, I feel. Okay. Another villain that sucks is Adam. Adam. Hyped up at at the end of volume 2. He showed up in what was it? Adam. Okay, sorry, I'm blanking out here. Adam. So Adam sucks like Cinder. Why? He's a terrible voice actor. He was hyped up at the end of volume 2. He showed up in the Black trailer, volume from the Blake trailer. And he sucks because his voice actor sucks. So okay. So his voice actor sucks. He sounds like he's trying too hard. He sounds like a crybaby. And yeah, he just sounds like a crybaby. Not really like a crybaby. He sounds like he sounds like how I think a Reddit mod who has a fedora and says "milady" unironically. And what else? Says "milady" unironically, and don't take this too personnel. Types that out unironically. He sounds like that, and that's, I don't know, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's a horrible voice. Ugh. And he does nothing. He shows up he's like, "I'm not gonna join you," and then I'm not gonna join you. Oh, hold on. I got it. "I'm not gonna join you." He says to Cinder. And so he's like, "You will join me." And then, I guess, that's something I think the flashback is like, "Oh, you just want to join?" And then we see him at we know the White Fang help out the character since volume 1. And now we see him at the end killing people out of nowhere. And he's like, Blake, my dear." He sounds like a Reddit mod. This is like a Discord moderator. God damn it. He's like a Discord moderator trying too hard. He says like, okay. He sounds like he would say kitten ironically. "Blake, my little kitten." You know, like that. It sounds horrible. I hate him. We could be together. We could be together, Blake. We can destroy the humans. Fuck off. This is obviously very over the top. Now I mentioned Blake. I want to get into something. The volume doesn't really focus on Team RWBY, I feel. It focuses on RWBY, which I appreciate. She's the main character. A little bit at the end. Which, nope. But it's really more so volume about Pyrrha and John. If most of the things that happen at the end. I mean, not really. But what happens to Pyrrha when she dies happens because of her own stupidity. And that's the character we're focusing on, people. And John, too, I guess. I mean, John doesn't do anything stupid, but I think it's Pyrrha that does something stupid, but whatever. So they want Pyrrha to become the new maiden. After that happens, Cinder becomes the fall maiden, and she will be forever the fall maiden until, I don't know, she dies finally. Hopefully. And that's volume 10. Please kill her. They won't kill her. They will not kill her. They won't kill her first. They'll definitely... I think Salem will either be defeated or killed first. And then Cinder will be like, oh, I am nothing without. I'm going the horrible voice act I'm hearing right now in volume 3. Going, I am nothing without Salem. I'm gonna go kill RWBY now. And that's volume 11. Or volume 12. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I hope it does. That sounds funny. Kind of going back to volume 1 being Cinder, RWBY being the protagonist and Cinder being the antagonist. You know, the fun things. Also, yeah, I didn't even go into Emerald and Mercury. I think I already went into them. They just kind of move the plot forward, which is fine, but you know, whatever. They don't do anything important. I mean, not like important, like, aside from that, you know. They're just there to... I mean, Mercury just, like, stop RWBY, I guess, for a little while. He just stall her a little bit. But whatever. Doesn't work. It's the bad extent. Yeah, okay. I talked about pure stupidity, so let me go over that. Pure stupidity. So, at the end, Pyrrha has sacrificed herself pretty much, or no, she thinks that it is her fight and that she must beat Cinder alone. Now, John doesn't say that. It's not possible. She's not gonna be able to beat Cinder alone. Then suddenly she kisses John and sends him off on one of the flying locker things, and she commits pretty much, like, might sound crazy, but indirect suicide. She goes on a suicide mission, pretty much. Yeah. She's that stupid. Because she's like, oh, it's her fight. No, the fuck it isn't. You're just being stupid here because you think that you're at fault when really you weren't. It was all her fault. It was all Cinder's fault. And, like, you have some kind of guilty conscience that you were responsible. You aren't. You should know that. And then you literally almost, like, pretty much kill yourself at this point. Like, your death was your fault. And I think what they were going for in the beginning, which was that John and Pyrrha were going to go fight Cinder together, I think it would have worked better. We might not have gotten the Silver Ice scene, but honestly, if you're gonna cut something, but it's better, but if you're gonna cut something that you can completely and utterly like leave for later and not have and not have it affect the character, a character's like when the consensus of, I don't know what would you call it, IQ level, pretty much. If you want to see your character look stupid and you want to have this moment and you can have it later, and it'd be better to have a character moment where a character feels remorse for being there, like in the original, like I think John was supposed to feel remorse that Peter died under his watch, like they were both fighting Cinder, and then that, and I guess you could have had Ruby jump in and the Silver Eyes thing. But I don't know, I think it would have detracted a little bit from, I think, John's moment. But if whatever, John's deserves a moment. It's not his show. What am I talking about? No. Fuck John. It's not your show, buddy. It's called RWBY. But yeah, also Yang gets her arm cut off by a stupid fucking Adam, which starts off the whole thing. Oh my god. Oh, now you're gonna have to deal with this goddamn thing now. I'm not looking forward to the next 3 of them. I'm not looking forward to this short arc. I hear that volume 5 is the worst. And honestly, I don't know if it can get, but I don't know if it can get worse from volume 2. It can. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the madness that ensues. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep trashing on this. Okay. So yeah, the finale is stupid. Okay, the finale is like what, 3 episodes long. Oh yeah, I forgot. Episode 12 actually sucks. Okay, so I remember that I have regret with this goddamn episode now. Okay, episode 12 is bad for several reasons. I feel like I feel like it's just like the final battle, like going, like we had episode 11, which didn't really have it was mostly what it was, but 27 episodes in the first in the final battle is done the first 11. God damn, why? That is, it felt so rushed, and then the next 16 minutes are just them explaining things, like saying where everyone went and all that. Like, okay, fine, but I don't know. I think I would have preferred that being mostly about the final battle, the thing that you've been building up to. I think when I saw it, like 27 minutes, and then the first 11, like, oh, okay, now we're done. It's like, what? That took 10 minutes? I would have liked a more drawn-out fight. Maybe the finale should have been a more drawn-out fight. But no, it's not. And instead, it's more talking scenes, which I don't mind. But why? Everything was like so rushed. With the dragon, the dragon. Later in the series they called the wyvern, but they pronounce it wyvern. I'm gonna kill myself if I hear wyvern one more time. It's wyvern, you morons. Pronounce it correctly. It is wyvern, not wyvern. Anyways, but yeah, like the 2 episodes that we'd have of characters fighting, engaging in the battle, I liked, because it felt like utter chaos. I feel like everyone was trying to do their part, and obviously we didn't really focus on Team RWBY all that much. I feel, but it felt like it. I don't know. I don't know if it was needed. I don't know. Why am I complaining about that? I don't think it was needed. Everyone was shown like everything's in utter chaos. That was pretty cool. I want to see how the final battle would have like drawn out between Cinder and Pyrrha. I don't know. I don't know. I would have liked something a little longer. I know kind of maybe fits if you're going with the argument that John was right. That Pyrrha didn't even stand a chance, and she barely lasted 10 minutes. But I don't know. I feel like she'll do more effectively if it's not 10 minutes and it's 1 minute. When it's an anticlimax. So you're like, oh, now I see. But it isn't. Also, I don't know. I don't like her death. She just kind of gives up. You get shot. It's not even like a cool, like, she gets blasted or something. She gets shot by an arrow. Which, I mean, fine. She's based on Achilles. And Achilles had the Achilles heel. Has the Achilles heel, which is his weakness and whatever. Blah, 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 blah. But it's kind of stupid because this person has god powers, pretty much, magic powers. So, so instead of killing her, kind of, if I was a villain, if I was Cinder in a situation, I have more IQ than her, I would have used that power. That power was mine. I wouldn't have killed her with the abilities. I would have done like with the Osmond. Also, Osmond dies. Yeah, that happens. Doesn't really matter. And the fact that now he's gonna be in a new body or whatever. Whatever. Like what he did obviously with Osmond. I think she should have killed her with the maiden powers. That would have been a much cooler end. Like much more brutal end for Pyrrha. Like okay, she really didn't stand a chance. It's like, okay, she didn't really stand a chance at all. I see now. I don't know, just something more. I know, but it would have been 30 minutes, and those people can't probably stand being over this long. There's not a finale that's this long, right? After this. Oh no, the volume 4 finale's 27 minutes too. Volume 3, volume 5. Volume 5, 24. They really put all of the budget into the first few and their time. Okay, here's volume 6, 23. Volume 7, 24. Okay, this is currently the longest one. And volume 8, 23. Okay. Volume 1, I think, has the shortest finale. And I think volume 9 is like 26 minutes. 15, yeah. That's the longest episode. And volume 2 is like what? 20 something? 16, okay, yeah. So, it's okay. This final verdict, I don't know, just I think I missed here. I really volume Team RWBY doesn't do like anything in this volume all that much aside from fighting, kind of instigating the whole thing, which wasn't their fault. Did they get kicked out? Which was I don't know. It's still getting kicked out wasn't their fault technically. It was a consequence of being tricked, but it wasn't their fault. Um, but yeah. I guess now final verdict. I didn't even talk about Team RWBY. Yeah, that's my main gripe. This show isn't about Team RWBY. Damn it! If you're not called something, you better focus on it. But yeah. Final verdict. This is the best volume so far. It is. The plot's here. It's getting interesting. Sure, a bit of a rough start with the, I don't know, low IQ Peter arc. But yeah, a bit dull finale. But everything like about the fights, like a tournament arc was enjoyable. The tournament thing was enjoyable, but it's again no plot. It was enjoyable, I guess. Episode 7 was rough. Episode 12 was also rough. I mean, everything else happened, so everything else on that episode just kind of eh. Also, I think I'm one of the only people that doesn't really mind RWBY leaving Yang, because as we see here, a bit of time has passed since the events of Volume 3 and when we leave off the series. Also, I forgot to mention some of the positives. I like the ending. The ending monologue with Salem. It's like the fairy tale narrator, and it transformed into the villain, the true villain. I like that. I actually really do like that. That's pretty cool. And something you can't really. I haven't seen it being pulled off that much. And that's something, pretty cool. So yeah. So final verdict. There's some cool things in this volume. They're not like ideas. I think are executed good. Like I executed as well. I don't know as well as you can do it, because there's other things you can do way better. But things that just hold up in the long run here. It's alongside the other volumes. But there are its flaws, big major flaws that I can't say it's. I will say it's an above average season for this show. Not like I'm comparing to mostly everything else that I've seen ever, and it's above average. I don't know if I'll watch it again, but yeah. Also, I didn't even touch about Penny stuff, and I'm looking at the website. I don't know, just I think me expecting these things doesn't really help. But yeah, Penny's death, like, they was also instigated, but I don't know, it just didn't really matter to me. Or the show in general, it wasn't really. I think it was. I don't know if it was brought up after that. But yeah, there's that. There are things that are really weird decisions. Really, really weird decisions. But yeah, just honestly, the best volume so far. And I'm excited where the series is going, but yeah, we're almost halfway through. So let's see where it takes us, or where it will take me. So that's about it. A lot of new episodes coming out in the next few days. Expected that, at least as long as I can do for a 2 weeks hiatus. More RWBY content definitely coming out. Yeah, follow me on Mercury S Cheese. I'm Mercury S Cheese on Twitter. I'm not calling it ads. Follow Media Buffet at media_buffet on Twitter, and DA Entertainment without the E at the end on Twitter. If you're watching on YouTube, then DA Entertainment. Then subscribe to the Media Buffet podcast on Spotify and wherever you can find your podcasts in general. And if you listen to this on Spotify, subscribe to the DA Entertainment YouTube channel. God, damn, I can't speak. And yeah, I think that's everything. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.